right. Boom. Is it working now?
Didn't start on my end yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I see your screen.
Okay, perfect, fantastic. Let me also start screen sharing for you.
Yeah, audio also working, all good from my side.
Cool. Can you see my whole screen or just the chart? My whole screen, right?
Whole screen, yeah.
Okay, let me make it so that you can see just the chart in case I'm switching between Discord and stuff. Oops. There we go. Okay, now you guys can just see the trading view, right?
It's with a little bit of delay, so I have to wait for...
Oh, no worries. Can you guys see my YouTube right now or the trading view? Which one?
I'm checking YouTube and trading view.
Okay, let's... Yeah, okay, so it should just stick on the... I just blurred out everything else so it only shows you the trading view in case someone messages me or something so that you don't have to see their message. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So
this YouTube is only the trading view, so nice. We're good.
Fantastic. And let me stream my screen for you guys as well so you guys can follow along. I'll share trading view as well. Share my screen. Boom. You guys can see my stream as well on Discord?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. All set up. So this week we're going to be doing the... Let me grab a text box. Weekly profiling 2. And this is going to be the consolidation reversal profile. So same kind of approach as last week. I encourage you guys just to be as active as possible and asking questions and stuff because you get the benefit of being here live, which means you get to, you know, essentially learn everything that in real time and ask any questions you're unsure about. So similarly to the classic expansion week, the consolidation reversal profile involves, so let's do it the same way. So similarly to the classic expansion week, the consolidation reversal profile involves a meaningful 1. Manipulation away from the weekly doll, and 2. A distribution or expansion towards it. What do you guys think is different based on the name between a consolidation profile, a consolidation like a consolidation expansion, for example, versus a classic expansion? Just based on the name, what are some ideas that might come to mind? Consolidation reversal is the name.
We consolidate instead of manipulate.
Okay, so we consolidate. What days do you think we probably consolidate on?
Monday, Tuesday.
Yep. Good thoughts. Okay. Now it's called consolidation reversal, right? So that means if we're bullish, we expect consolidation, maybe Monday, Tuesday, maybe we can even say Wednesday. And then we expect what before expansion?
Manipulation.
What do you think this manipulation is going to look like?
Either the low or high of the week.
Yep, okay. Low, high of the week. And what area do you think this manipulation is going to be manipulating into? Based on a similar thesis as the classic expansion week, what do we say our area of interest was going to be?
Like a 4-hour or higher time frame PD array.
Nice. And in this case, based on the words that we're using, consolidation reversal, what else do you think is going to be a likely target for that manipulation? Think of a consolidation and maybe power of 3 or AMD. In addition to tagging a higher time frame PD array, what else do you think we're going to be manipulating?
I mean, if it's like if we're accumulating like kind of like chopping upwards, I guess you can manipulate and take out those lows, like this low graded.
Nice. Okay, so let's pause right there. Yusuf talks about how we're going to manipulate, right, an external range before moving higher or lower. The nice thing about a consolidation profile is that it can be predicted just based on the formation of a range. When do you think that you might get a consolidation profile as opposed to a classic expansion, Yusuf?
I mean, I just thought like based on like the last thing we just said, I think I think it was a CPI candle. That same thing happened where we just swept all the ERL and then just went higher.
So you just mentioned something that's not related to price, but what is it related to?
Time.
And what day, given this statement by Niku, which is absolutely valid by the way, do you think the first high impact news driver of the week would be?
Tuesday.
Or maybe Thursday if we're consolidating.
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday, maybe Friday, but let's just say Thursday for now, okay? Thursday or Wednesday even. Not, right, Monday or Tuesday, where we'd expect the low of the week to be put in what profile?
Classic expansion.
Classic expansion. So now when we look at the economic calendar, everyone pull up their economic calendar. Tell me what we have next week. I actually don't know. When's the first high impact news day?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
So do we expect a consolidation reversal profile next week?
Don't think so.
No. So immediately you can look at time, right, to consider which profile for the weekly profiling is likely. And you're going to notice once I teach you all of the profiles, you're going to be able to just look at the economic calendar and start to build a thesis around which one you think might happen. Then there's a flowchart I gave you guys. Do you guys remember that flowchart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone pull it up for me. Did I put it in links, primers, and PDFs yet, or no? I didn't.
No. I mean, it's somewhere here.
Okay, let me see. Let me pull it up for us. I think I put it in general, right? I want to refer to that flowchart just so I can give you guys kind of the thesis of how you can form every single day a thought about which profile is being created. Can someone find that for me and tag me in it?
I'm looking right now.
I remember Yusuf had directly engaged with that, and he asked me, is that how I do my profiling? I should have put it in links and primers.
I got it. I found it.
Nice. Can you just tag me in it? Just reply.
Yeah, I'll just send it again.
Okay, nice. Perfect.
It's in general.
I'm going to put this into our links, primers, and PDFs because now as we start to learn weekly profiling, we're going to be able to refer to this. So let's pull up that, let me copy it and maybe I'll paste it into my trading view so we can all see it. All right. This flowchart is something I intentionally didn't want to expose you guys to too early because a lot of this stuff isn't going to make much sense until you understand weekly profiles. But now that you understand classic expansion, do you see how when we come into Tuesday, right, after looking at Monday's 3 conditions, for example, in this case, consolidating, we can get an idea for what Tuesday might do? There's only 2 options, right, on the Tuesday? Because the void profile for, a weekly expansion would be completely nullified by Monday if we got expansion towards our draw, correct? So if Monday expands towards the draw, are you going to be wanting to trade that week?
Really?
Yes or no?
No.
No. So we can suspect a low probability week from Monday alone. But if we move into Tuesday, and say, for example, we've now thought that perhaps the first news driver is on a Wednesday or a Thursday, right? And we see Tuesday engage the 4-hour PD array, right? What do we know the week is likely to be?
Classic expansion.
Nice. And now, if it starts to consolidate based on just this definition we have up here, what are we now thinking in our heads?
That will have a consolidation reversal week.
Nice.
Maybe.
Okay. So consolidation reversal, right, is something that's on our minds. We could also have something called a midweek reversal, which happens on the Wednesday. But I'm going to teach you guys consolidation reversals and midweek reversals as very, very similar. The only difference between the way this is taught by ICT is one thing. And can you guys guess what that is?
The day of reversal.
It's 2 days of consolidation versus 1 day, right? But if you understand the basic reversal signature, which is the 4-hour PD array and then the sysd, does it really matter what you call it?
Nope.
So what I'm going to teach you now is that when you're looking at consolidation reversals, we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to kill the consolidation reversal and the midweek reversal with the same stone, which is a day of consolidation at least, followed by a 4-hour PD array, a purge of an external range engineered low or high. I'm going to repeat that. You want to purge an external range engineered low or high, followed by your 4-hour sysd. Or in our case, what time frame do we use for our sysd usually, our market structure shift?
1 hour.
The 1 hour. The 1 hour and the 4-hour, right, is going to be the same bias if we're engaging what is our highest time frame PD array. Daily. So there you go. You now have, if you just understand that on Monday you can rule out classic expansion, right? Or the void profile. On Tuesday, if you see a day of consolidation, you're now in this lesson going to learn what that week will look like for 2 other profiles. And the only one that remains, right, is going to be a bearish seek and destroy Friday type of situation, which is a profile in and of itself, and you often call those kind of broadening formation weeks. And do you guys have any idea of when you usually see broadening formation weeks, just to get that out of the way?
Non-farm.
Yeah, did someone say NFP?
Yeah.
Yep, what else? There's three calendar events where you might see seek and destroy weeks. NFP, what's the second one?
FOMC.
Nice, and what's the third one?
Hmm.
The big one with the C in it. 3 letters.
CPI?
CPI rates, right? So CPI, NFP, and FOMC are the times in which we're going to see the final profile. I'll teach you guys next week. But for now, let's focus on the condition that we have in our mind for a consolidation reversal, which is 1 day at least, right? In addition to Monday, obviously, because Monday, what do we want Monday to usually do? If it doesn't expand, right, it's going to consolidate. It's either going to manipulate and then classic expansion. We know the vibe. Like, we know it. It's checked off. Easy week for us. Or it's going to consolidate. We're assuming that most Mondays consolidate, right? And if we see another day of that, this lesson is going to be the weekly profile we use. Any questions about that?
Nope.
Cool. So let's take a look at what, I'm going to delete this from here. Let's take a look at what that actually kind of looks like in terms of the weekly candle. I think that was really helpful last time, kind of marking out a weekly candle. Again, I failed 10th grade art, guys, so do not judge me for the way I draw this candle. So if we have a candle, right, let's make it a green candle. What do we think that a midweek reversal profile would look like for this candle? Where do you think we'd see more? Let's say a bullish case, all right? Where do you think bullish midweek? Or no, sorry, we're doing consolidation. Whoops. Where do you guys think we would see a larger tail if we have a bullish consolidation reversal? To the buy side or to the sell side?
To the sell side?
Ah, okay. So there's a point for to the sell side. Does anyone think to the buy side?
Well, if it's bullish and it's reversal, then it was bearish before, and it reverses to bullish, so the downside.
Nico, I love when you explain it to me like I'm dumb. It's perfect. You're completely right. Yeah, you're complete. I'm just joking with you. You're completely right. So you guys are both right in saying that obviously it's going to be the sell side. But it's not always immediately obvious, right? It's good to play devil's advocate. We want to see a elongated wick to the sell side, and we want to see a rather stagnated wick to the buy side. And why do we think that is? Why do we think that the buy side of the wick in a bullish consolidation reversal is going to be much shorter or significantly shorter than the sell side wick? It's not about price. What's it really about? Time. Because what day do we expect the reversal to occur on?
Thursday, Friday.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Fantastic. Thursday, Wednesday, right? For either midweek reversal or consolidation reversal. Well, from now on, we'll use the terms that ICT does. So in case you guys want to do some more studying, consolidation reversal, we'll call Thursday, all right? Midweek reversal, we'll call Wednesday. But it's the same thesis. So on Thursday, right? How much time do we have left for the weekly candle to form?
You said if it's Wednesday?
Yeah, if it's Thursday on our reversal. So we'll talk about Wednesday as being a midweek reversal, and we'll talk about Thursday as being the consolidation reversal. I'm gonna keep it consistent with ICT's teaching in case you guys want to do some more studying, just so I don't confuse you. Okay? They're very similar profiles, but ICT defines bullish consolidation as a Thursday reversal. Okay? Makes sense, Yusuf?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how many days left? Let me bold this just so we know we're on the same page. We're talking about a Thursday. I just want to let you know that the Wednesday is a very similar profile, which I can cover, which is just called a midweek reversal as opposed to a bullish consolidation reversal. Okay, very similar, but let's use the ICT terms because my job is to simplify ICT concepts, which are not taught well. So, if it's Thursday, right? So let's say right here we have Thursday. How many days left do we have for the weekly candle to form?
I mean, like one.
One. And like you said, which wick is going to be longer, the buy side or the sell side?
Sell side.
So what does that mean the weekly candle looks like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
It just looks like a bearish candle.
A bearish candle. So we essentially have something that looks like this, right? We're chopping, we're consolidating, we might be bearishly consolidating, right? Something like that, right? That's kind of what it looks like. Where you purge the external range. So when this is trending downwards for the week, that's going to form a bearish weekly candle until maybe we call this right here Thursday, right? Therefore, the time for the weekly candle to form is only 1 day. So do you think that the close of the candle is going to be very close to the high if most of the expansion is happening in 1 day?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? This could also be a candidate for what on Friday then?
EGF.
So if we, exactly. So this is another type of scenario where we can now consider, right, a TGIF Friday. It fits the weekly profile because we expect and anticipate Thursday to reach into what? 3 letters.
Draw on liquidity.
Draw on liquidity. And once that's been met, if it has been truly a bullish consolidation reversal profile, meaning Thursday meets the draw, what will Friday do? In most cases.
Retrace.
Exactly. So the high of the week and the close of the week are going to be relatively, right, a lower displacement or lower value in terms of the displacement away from each other than the low of the week and the open. So we expect our candle to look something like this, where this here is our high, and we expect the high to be on what day did we say? Friday, right?
Friday.
Okay, well, let's make this way smaller and let's get rid of this.
So if the high is on Friday, we're still expecting the Thursday low, the entire run up on Friday, and then the 20-30% retracement, right?
Yes, or Thursday, you're right. It could also be Thursday, right?
It could also be Thursday, right? Yeah. Okay.
This is where we have to use kind of some discretion to see how Thursday delivers, right?
How we close.
Yes, how we close. Yeah. If we and essentially, if we're using this as, you know, a real kind of comparative, what is going to be reaching in this weekly wick? What is going to be up here? .
Higher time frame PDA.
Yeah, so this in here is going to be our draw on liquidity. So this could be an inefficiency in the market. This could be a external range. It could be a lot of things. All we know is that this area here is going to form, likely, right, the high of the week if we have the profile. Not always, but again, we're talking about probabilities. So the high is going to be a Thursday or a Friday. The open, obviously, is going to be Monday. And the close is always going to be the Friday. So this down here, this area right in here, is what we're concerned about for framing the weekly profile. Because doesn't this look very, very similar to the first weekly profile we learned? The close at least, like the Thursday, Friday, right?
Yeah.
The only thing that changes is the depth of this wick, right? Compared to the classic expansion week. So you're going to notice this profile is very, very similar to the classic expansion week, except we expand in just one day, which is this Thursday. This in here is going to manipulate and induce below what do we call this level right here? This open. The true week open, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Monday when the first day closes, Monday at 6 p.m. And we're gonna see manipulation below. And the only difference between a bullish consolidation reversal and a classic expansion week is that we wait for time to engage the higher time frame PD array, and then we see a consolidation before that higher time frame PD array is tapped into. There you go. That is the bullish consolidation reversal. We're essentially doing exactly what we do on a classic expansion week, but we're dragging it out a few days. That's it. So this is a classic expansion week adding a few days of consolidation, which can be expected with what? What are we going to align price with and align our trades with?
Time.
And what in time? What are we specifically looking at?
News.
News. There you go. Now you know how to expect a bullish consolidation reversal or a bearish consolidation reversal. What's going to determine, in your mind, guys, the differentiating factor between bullish consolidation reversal or bearish consolidation reversal?
For weekly draw.
Yeah, the weekly draw. What is that going to be informed by on our highest time frame?
IRL to ERL.
Yep. So how are we going to frame this in function of a market maker model? We're going to look at the trend, right? So are we in a bullish trend or a bearish trend? We're going to get our trend from a higher time frame, maybe like the weekly or the monthly, right? Then we're going to look at the daily. Is the daily moving from an internal range or an external range? If we can see, right, for example, an external range that lies below the market price, and we start to put in a consolidation with a high impact news driver on Thursday, we can start to formulate an idea of what kind of week this will be. A bullish consolidation reversal. This would be the ERL, and the draw would be the IRL. So now we can start to identify, in addition to just seeing this right here, we can start to now frame what side of the curve this is going to be on. If it's going to be on the sell side of the curve or the buy side of the curve. And what we'll do is we'll study how these profiles interact specifically with market maker models. And then we'll get an additional confluence to confirm if we're going to be seeing this profile or not. So any questions about the mechanics of how the weekly candle forms?
Just in terms of the news, like we're expecting news on Thursday and Friday.
Yes, on mostly we want the high impact news day to be on the Thursday, right?
First day alone.
Yeah, the first day of high impact news would be the day where we manipulate into the PD array and then expand away from it. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, let's keep that there. Let's move somewhere else. Okay, so what else can we talk about for a bullish consolidation or a bearish consolidation? Have you guys ever heard of the displacement rule on the daily chart? So how might...
No.
Okay, cool. This is a good opportunity. So in addition to expecting bullish consolidation reversals with time, there's also a price condition where we can expect bullish consolidation reversals. Does anyone have an idea of what we might look for in price on the daily chart to expect something like a consolidation?
to be inside two fair value gaps or something like that.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, in like an IRL or something.
So when do we expect price to consolidate? We have a time condition now, right? So that we can kind of formulate that this consolidation reversal profile may form, right, with a function of time being news. But let's also see if there's some delivery in price which can tip its hat as well, because time and price are the two most important factors. So I heard that we are sandwiched between, opposing higher time frame PD arrays, essentially.
Yep.
Okay. What about the how price is delivered in the past?
After a large expansion.
After a large expansion. Nice. Okay, so let's quantify this. What are we going to quantify a large expansion as on the daily chart?
Like prices just spooling.
Spooling, nice. So why don't we give it why don't we give it a quantifiable condition, like maybe 3 days, okay? Which is what ICT teaches. And this is called the 3 consecutive directional days max expectation, meaning you don't expect price to spool for more than 3 days without consolidating, generally speaking. Okay? So after large daily expansions, you expect a daily consolidation. So that means if we expect price to consolidate, let's look at the daily chart and see if we can find some examples. Okay. So here we have 1, 2, 3 days, right, of expansion. What happens in this daily doji? What do you think happens in a lower time frame in this candle?
Consolidation.
Consolidation, right? Then we have 1, 2 days of more expansion. What happens in this daily doji?
Consolidation again.
Then we have one large day and then another smaller day. Then do you see us consolidate here again for another 2 days?
Yeah.
Okay, then we raid the high. What kind of week is this forming right here, guys? In this box right here, what, based on our knowledge, let's look. This is a Monday. All right, wait, is the trend bearish or bullish? Looking at the chart. We had a daily market structure shift, right here. Remember, this was our reversal last month or 2 months ago. Here's our monthly fair value gap up here. So I'm going to draw it in for you guys. Monthly fair value gap right in here. Weekly ERL. Daily market structure shift below this low. Are we in a bearish or bullish side of the curve for a market maker model?
Bearish.
Sell side of the curve, right? So what based on this action here, what are we seeing? What kind of profile is this?
Classic expansion.
Classic expansion? This is the Monday.
That's a Monday low, and then
Tuesday expands. Wednesday comes back into the range. Thursday sweeps out a high, right?
I guess you say consolidation reversal maybe.
Consolidation reversal, right? Look at this low right here. Look at this engineered low right here, right?
Yeah.
Do you see how we have this low and we have this low? What do you think maybe would have formed in between these lows on the other index? Potentially, right? So this is a good candidate for that because we're bearish, right? And does Monday spool towards or away from the draw on liquidity? The draw on liquidity would be retracing this fair value gap, right? So Monday consolidates like we expect, a doji, right? Tuesday expands towards it, putting in the high of the range. Wednesday puts in the low of the range. And what does Thursday do? It manipulates this low right here, right? And then expands much, much higher. Do you see that? So what do we say about, remember the what the daily wick would look like or the weekly wick would look like? Do you see that happening right here on the Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Friday is another expansion. Now this isn't necessarily a consolidation reversal because we're not actually expanding bearishly, but you can see that we're having a consolidation profile in here, right? Let's keep looking at different conditions. So here's the Monday, Tuesday. What kind of week is this, Yusuf? This Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Monday low, and then we just expand. So that's classic expansion.
This is the high of the week, right? On Monday.
Yeah, the higher low we put in on Monday,
and then we continue to expand for the whole week essentially, right? So what do we expect after 3 large days of expansion?
Consolidation.
So now are you basing your consolidation expectation with price or time?
time.
Price too, right? You saw these 3 days of expansion, right?
Yeah, we have 3 days expansion PD array. And
So
then,
maybe if you zoom in here without seeing this week, right? You're expecting a level of consolidation after a large range movement, right? Because remember, let's take a look at IPTA market cycles. Price can expand into what? What can price expand into?
consolidation,
Or
retracement, reversal,
nice. Price, if it's consolidating, can only do what?
expand,
And price, if it's retracing, can do what?
expand,
Expand or consolidate, right?
consolidate. Yeah.
Nice. So if we consider just market cycles, this is not to do with time, is it? Isn't this to do with price?
Yeah.
So now what we can do is if we see a news driver aligned with price, then you're pairing price and time within the week, aren't you? So why doesn't someone pull up this week for me on Forex Factory?
What's the week?
The week of Monday, 31st of July to Friday Actually, let's do Monday the 7th of August. Yeah, Monday the 7th of August week. Let's do this week.
So we have news on Tuesday and Friday.
Tuesday and Friday.
It's CPI. Yeah, it's CPI week.
Okay, so in this week, what are we expecting? Are we expecting a midweek? Are we expecting a consolidation reversal? Or are we expecting a classic expansion week? Which one? With time. If we
Wait,
have
when was the news again?
Tuesday,
You thought I put it Monday. It was Tuesday.
and Friday, yeah. So we
Tuesday
expect
and
more or
Friday.
less another similar week as the week before,
Yeah,
right?
Consolidation reversal, right?
Or a classic expansion because Tuesday could be the high of the week, right? Because we have first high impact news on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And what happens this week?
We consolidate.
Monday, and then Tuesday puts in the high of the week, right?
Yeah.
All right. What about the next week? Do you see Tuesday put in the high of the week again?
Yeah.
So in these cases, you can rule out the consolidation reversal, even though price is meeting the conditions based on what? Time, right? There's high impact news that's delivering us. All right, let's compare that with somewhere we can see an obvious consolidation week, like here. Can someone look up the week of Monday, October 2nd?
Have news all week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
So
Friday.
this could be a bearish seek and destroy type week. What about I'm trying to find a week where we do it. Okay. What about this week here? What about the 7th, Monday, the 6th of November?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday news.
Okay. What does this profile look like though? So we have news on Friday, you said as well, right?
Yes.
This is a consolidation midweek reversal. Do you see that? Or consolidation reversal. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday puts in this range. Thursday runs the low of the range, and then Friday expands with news. So this is the Friday condition where we get that expansion. We want to look for a week which has the news on Thursday, and we'll see the exact same thing, but a day earlier. So let's see if we can find that. I'm looking for one on the charts, guys. I just can't find one. Ah, okay. Maybe this week. Yeah. Okay. Monday, 11th of September. Someone tell me the news.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
News?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, let's zoom out. Are we bullish or bearish on this week? Looking at the higher time frames. Let's look at this. Look at this. Are we in the buy side or sell side of the curve in this week right here? Sell side, right? We've reversed where? Someone point it to me. Tell me when to stop where we reversed.
They're right there.
Yep. Higher time frame PD array, monthly, daily market structure shift. Come in. What is this called in our market maker models?
Low risk entry.
Yep.
Accumulation 1.
Yeah, or low risk entry, right?
Yeah.
First. Then down here, we come back up. So what's in here? Accumulation of some sort, right?
Yeah.
What is this called right here then? This fair value gap?
IRL.
Yeah, this is our first distribution, right? Low risk entry, distribution, come back in. First reaccumulation right in here, right? Distribution.
Yep.
What is this called in here? This fair value gap?
Their
Second,
second distribution.
Yep.
Silver
Or
bullet.
silver bullet, right? Notice which one's more aggressive in delivery. Which one delivers to the draw and liquidity?
Silver bullet.
Silver bullet, right? It does it faster too. You notice how this chops and consolidates, whereas this consolidates for 1 day and then delivers, right? This is a bit more aggressive delivery. Okay, let's zoom in right here. This week you said we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday news. What was the week of Monday, 11th September? When was the news drivers?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay, so what does this week look like to you guys just looking at it right here? What day puts in the high of the week? I'll draw some lines here.
I think that's
Monday,
Monday.
it's Friday.
I think it's Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, or Thursday London session, right? 'Cause that's the wick.
Thursday. Yeah. Yeah.
Because we have an open, high, low, close, right? So Thursday, right? You can see Thursday London session or Friday morning puts in the high of the week. So what profile is this? Do you see us accumulating in this? So let's zoom in to right here. This is a 4-hour chart. Do you see us putting in a range from Monday to Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay. So Monday does what? This where is my whoops, let me just refine the range. Cool. That's our weekly range. So Monday chops. Tuesday, does it deliver or does it chop?
Keeps chopping.
Yep. Wednesday, what is Wednesday doing?
Keep chops.
So Monday you can say did what? Consolidation or expand?
Consolidation.
Tuesday, in relation to the weekly range that we see here, did Tuesday expand lower to take out the draw, which is this low, obviously, right? Double bottom, IRL and ERL. Did Tuesday take out that low?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So in our minds, this could be a classic expansion week at this point, right? We don't know yet. We don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know yet, right? Then Wednesday does this. Is there news on Wednesday this week, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so Wednesday is manipulating higher. Thursday puts in the high of the week, right? Thursday at 10 p.m. So it's Thursday, not Friday, right?
Yeah.
Thursday 10 p.m. Friday delivers. So in this case, this is a Friday delivery, but you can see that Thursday, right, is the reversal right here. And then we start to deliver into Friday. So this is a consolidation reversal. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an example of on a chart what a consolidation reversal looks like. Let's try and find one more. It's better to try and see these in real time and then try and pair them with news. Okay, based on our conversation, what does this look like to you? This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Consolidation reversal.
Yeah, what day does it happen on?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Is that one's the midweek?
Yep,
though.
there you go. So we're going to call this a midweek reversal now.
Yeah.
Same exact profile. Do you see how it happens on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's find... Okay. What about this right here, this week? Monday? Or in this case, there's no Monday. It's a trading gap. But let's just say this is Monday, or this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What does this look like to you? Monday's a holiday. What kind of week is this?
Holiday, then consolidation reversal.
Yep.
We chop down. Thursday,
Consolidation
we
reversal,
start
right?
normal, and Friday
What's the
expand.
higher time frame PD array we're engaging?
On IRL
Yeah.
or
And then
Okay,
what
right,
do
okay.
we sweep on Thursday?
ERL?
Engineered ERL.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you see that?
Engineered ERL to expand. Yeah.
Look at the 4-hour chart. So we don't sweep that. What do you think forms here on the indices?
Probably an SMT.
Let me
Feels
check.
kinda true.
Let's confirm that. What day is this? June, Thursday, the 8th of June. Yep, right here. See it?
Wow, holy shit.
So you knew that was an SMT even before you looked, right? You knew. I knew it was an SMT before I even looked at ES, right? It's obvious.
Yeah.
This is a consolidation weekly reversal, right? We're consolidating, manipulating the weekly range, and then where do we expand? Thursday. What does this weekly candle look like in here? Like this, right? Bearish, bearish, bullish. Where does Friday close back within? Let's see. The low of the week, right? The high of the week. Whoops. TGIF, right? A little bit higher. Whoops. So that's what we can expect in a week like that. Let's find another example. Oh, there's a nice consolidation here. I wonder if there's any reversal or this is all consolidation. God, this is disgusting price action. But in here, what does this look like, guys? I'm going to tell you where Monday is. Okay, Monday is right here. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What week is this, guys? Based on two profiles you now know.
That's Tuesday. Classic.
There you go. Classic expansion. Fantastic. Let's find some more examples of the two profiles we know. Seeing them like this, guys, is the best way for me to teach. Yes, we can go through more of the conditions. So we can quickly finish doing this. And then we can just keep doing this because this is the best way to see it. So after 3 large days of delivery, we can also expect to see in price some sort of consolidation. So you can keep that in your notes. After a large expansion, right, we can consider the possibility of a consolidation weekly profile. So this is a signature I want you guys to pay attention to in price. Not just time, but also price. So following expansion, you can look for that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, manipulation on Thursday of the external weekly range high, and then continued expansion. Again, what do we want to see on Thursday to have a valid consolidation reversal? Not only a 4-hour PD array be tapped, but what do we want to see?
SMT.
That'd be helpful, but what specifically does the consolidation lead to on the Thursday?
To meet withdraw of liquidity.
Yep. And before it does that, what does it manipulate?
Our P array on our higher time frame.
Yes, and we also want to look for engineered external ranges to be manipulated. So now in your notes, I want you to write down, right? Remember I talked about the null profile for the weekly expansion, right? Someone tell me quickly, what's the null profile for the weekly expansion, a classic weekly expansion?
Expansion on Monday.
Yep. So what do you think the null profile, based on the hint I just gave, is the condition for the consolidation reversal?
Expansion on Monday.
Sure, but that's gonna nullify a classic expansion week. What nullifies or disqualifies a consolidation reversal? What do you think? Where I won't be interested in trading that profile if I don't see this happen on Thursday.
If Thursday doesn't put in the low and manipulate into a
Bang.
higher time frame.
If Thursday does not manipulate not just a higher time frame PDA, but what else am I looking for, Yusuf? What does it say right here?
Our ERL engineered purge.
Engineered. The engineered weekly range lower high, it is invalidated. Write that in your notes, guys. If Thursday does not manipulate the engineered weekly profile lower high, are you going to trade it as a consolidation reversal profile? No, just sit it out.
No.
Because what will you be trade? Also, or what? Someone said this earlier. What do you want to see? If it doesn't.
SMT.
Yeah. SMT. That's okay. So let's just say not invalid if SMT with ES. I don't care about Dow. We're gonna look at ES only. I don't know if you guys have listened to ICT, but the relationship between ES and NQ is much stronger than down NQ. You guys or down NQ. You guys heard that?
No.
Yeah, he said that in his second last Twitter space. He said just consider SMTs with ES and NQ. I don't know if any of you guys heard that or pay attention to his Twitter spaces. It's hard to because he just literally rambles about religion for hours. But sometimes he drops gems like that. You heard that too, Smokey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like at the 4-hour mark.
I'll sit there and listen to
Yeah.
because he does drop gems.
Yep, that's my job. That's why I teach you guys, because I have to sit there and listen to all ICT's bullshit. So he did say, consider SMT with ES as a much stronger confluence than with DAO. Because if we don't manipulate on Thursday, the engineered, right? So again, looking at this is our engineered high, and this is our engineered low. If we don't manipulate that range, right? What are we trading? If we can trade, what profile are we trading then?
Seek and destroy.
Yeah, or just a consolidation, right? And what do we say? Remember when I drew those lines in our last lesson about a consolidation high and a consolidation low? What happens inside this consolidation?
The double fuck.
Nothing. Double fuck. Seek and destroy. You guys have all said it. Everyone here today has noticed that. Smokey just said seek and destroy. You just said double fuck. Is price going anywhere inside of here?
No.
No. So just don't trade it. This is your validating moment. Boom. If you don't see this, fuck this. Simple. That's how we make money, guys. We just don't trade this. And we have a specific framework. This is going to be our H4 PD array. And this is going to be the weekly external range low that's been engineered. That is the profile. This is the profile, nothing else. If it comes like this, right, and it comes back up, you don't trade it. Unless what happens at this low?
SMT.
Unless SMT happens with the other index. Boom. There you go. You're going to take, from now on, you're not going to trade consolidations because your profile is invalidated. You don't want to trade these smooth edges. You don't want to trade this. You want to trade that. If you see a smooth consolidation all week, you want to avoid it. You want to see a sharp manipulation, then a distribution. You don't want to trade this little jump. You don't want to trade these little moves. You want to trade the deep power of 3 move. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. This will be aligned with time and price. You'll see the PD array down here, and you'll see the time of the day act. It won't happen in the Asian session. It won't happen at a random time. It'll happen with news usually. And if it doesn't, right, then it will happen as a part of a weekly profile that news has already occurred for. So like we just saw before, where it happened at Thursday, 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. So Thursday will expand, Friday will expand. Okay, so this is our null profile. Everyone should write this down because this engineered weekly range lower high is something that people always forget about. And that leaves you to a daily consolidation profile, okay? Again?
Hey, Afiz.
Yeah, what's up?
Our null for a class expansion is just Monday, Tuesday doesn't put in the low, right?
Yeah, or Monday expands towards the draw and liquidity, right?
Okay, got it, cool.
If you want to trade, you need to see meaningful manipulation away from the draw and liquidity. Do you notice how all of these null profiles involve... So remember that flowchart that we can pull up, right? That flowchart always says engaging an H4 PD array, right? What does that really mean? If you were going to think about it in terms of AMD, what does that engaging the H4 PD array really mean?
Where
Manipulation.
away
A
from my
week
draw.
without manipulation is what?
A null, I guess.
Yeah, not tradable. So there's manipulation that can be expected on different days, right? But if you don't see the manipulation, so if Monday just starts to rocket towards the draw, are you going to trade Tuesday?
No.
No. If Tuesday and Monday and Wednesday meet the draw, what do you think is going to happen then?
Consolidation.
Or a midweek reversal, because what can price do from expansion?
Reverse.
Or,
Retrace.
yeah.
Consolidate.
So what you'll be able to see is when the draw is met, what are you thinking can happen? When the draw is met at any point in time, no matter what profile you think is in your head, what are you looking for at the draw? There's 2 things that you're looking for. What's one thing that can happen?
Order pairing.
Yep. And that would be reversal, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't see a reversal, what are you going to see in all cases?
Continuation.
Yep. Which requires what first?
A retracement.
Or consolidation, right?
Yeah.
So when you hit the draw, your mind immediately goes to weekly profiles, right? If this is the drawdown here in the early week, if you see a reversal, it's going to be a bullish consolidation reversal. If you see a retracement followed by a consolidation, what do you think is going to happen the next day? Continuation, right? If you saw this, what can price, right? Not do. So this is the fair value gap. Can price go from expansion to reversal? Or can price go from consolidation to reversal, Niku?
No.
So if we don't get a meaningful reversal, like a sting back above this point, right? But instead maybe we do this. What do you think is going to happen the next day?
We're gonna go lower.
Yep. And then you
Expand
rule out
low.
this profile. So you're looking for not only consolidation, but reversal. And that's why if you don't manipulate the weekly low or high and reverse from it, you can rule it out. That answer your question a bit, boss? Somewhat?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the PD array we're looking for, again, we can look for any time frame PD array on Thursday. Or any type PD array. It can be a rejection block, it can be an order block, it can be a fair value gap, right? These are the types of PD arrays you're looking for. It can be an RDRB, it can be a volume imbalance. You guys know your PD array matrix, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ideal, so now let's talk about the ideal situation. So the ideal kind of consolidation reversal with respect to time. What are we gonna see on a Monday if it's ideal? We're gonna see news or no news on Monday?
No news.
Tuesday, are we gonna see news or no news in the ideal case?
No news.
Wednesday, in the ideal case, are we gonna say news or no news?
We're gonna see news.
On Wednesday, if we're thinking a Thursday reversal?
No. The next day after
There you
Wednesday.
go.
Thursday. Yeah. And on Friday.
Yes. So I already know what week this looks like. Can you guys tell me?
NFP.
That's consolidation reversal.
Yeah, and this is also CPI week. Do you guys remember CPI and U Michigan usually come out in the same week?
CPI and what come out?
And U of M, consumer sentiment.
Mm.
So if we look at a
CPI normally is CPI not always on Tuesday?
CPI sometimes on Thursday. I'm talking about Thursday CPI. Sometimes on Tuesday. So if Thursday CPI happens, I'm looking for this profile, especially if there's a Friday high impact news, right? So we can use the economic calendar and look for this kind of setup in news to expect the profile. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So if we have news, for example, on Monday and Tuesday, right? And we're considering any possibility of weekly profiles. Say, for example, there's Monday news and Tuesday news, and then Thursday news and Friday news, right? So have you guys seen weeks where it's like retail sales and like Empire State on Monday and Tuesday, and then unemployment and Powell on Thursday, Friday, something like that?
Yes.
Yes. So so this is one case, right? Let's see another case. If we have Monday, let's say news, Tuesday news, Wednesday no news, Thursday news, Friday news. This happens all the time. What do you think I'm going to expect if Monday and Tuesday are unable to manipulate the external range? I'm going to say that again. If we have an external range, let me draw it out for you guys. If we have an external range created, right? And then from the last week, for example, right? And now Monday, here's the low, here's the high. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looks like this. What do I think the profile for the week is going to be on the Thursday, Friday?
Consolidation reversal.
Yep. So in your notes, write down, if in a week full of news, and where have you guys seen a week that looks like this, where you have high impact news but nothing really happens until the last one that comes out on Thursday or Friday? NFP is a great example, right? Where the week just kind of fucks around until Friday.
Yeah.
But there's always high impact news every day on NFP, isn't there? NFP week.
I think so.
Like NFP weeks are jam packed with news, but do you notice that price really doesn't do anything until that Friday 8:30 candle? So what we can say now is that a condition for ourselves is this is a expectation case. So again, all we're trying to do is predict price. People who say react are always going to be one step behind those who actually can predict. So let's write down in our notes all together. If Monday through Wednesday with high impact news is unable to manipulate the external range, we anticipate a consolidation reversal profile. Make sense? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, any questions about that statement? So we have two cases. Well, the first case is first high impact news days on Thursday, in which case we want Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to consolidate. Makes sense. The other case is that we have news Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, but what doesn't the news do, Niku?
Doesn't manipulate the higher time frame.
So remember that flow chart I gave you about that H4 PD array? Is that
Yes.
is that statement not captured in this statement right here? If Monday and Wednesday is unable to manipulate, we anticipate this profile. Same thing, right?
Yes.
So essentially, if we see a consolidation being put in, we're going to expect consolidation reversal. Doesn't matter if there's news or not. Sometimes you guys will backtest, you'll see news doesn't do anything, and people wonder why, right? Like, why isn't news expanding? Because news has the potential, if it's a jam-packed week of news, to create the range. Do you think those are high or low probability weeks to trade?
Oh,
Those are
High.
those are the weeks, guys, where accounts get blown, because not only is a range being put in, but what do you think this range is being? Do you think this range is not volatile or very volatile?
Very volatile.
You're getting ranges, guys, that look like this. Sorry, it's not seek and destroy. It looks like this. Do you think this is easy to trade? Like a huge, like 200 points up, 200 points down type of thing is easy to trade? No, because you're not engaging any of this ERL, right, the external range, or the PD arrays resting above and below it to actually know if price is going to go in one direction. So you don't know when this is going to, it might not look like this, it might look like this, right? It can be hard to trade because it's erratic, you know what I mean? Make sense?
Yeah.
So that is the second case. The expectation case is when Monday through Wednesday high impact news does not manipulate the external range. Does not. We can expect a consolidation reversal profile. So in this
But
video. Yep.
in this case, if we're getting like a consolidation at the beginning of the week, we're expecting like a very clear distribution at the end of the week. So basically makes it higher probability trading on the end
Thursday
of
and
the
Friday,
week.
yes. Once what happens?
Once we we manipulate the external end. Right?
Exactly. So the entire point of this weekly profile is exactly what I've been saying kind of for the past 3 weeks with you guys, since we've noticed it a lot, is when you have a consolidation box, do you want to be trading in between it?
No.
What do you want to wait for?
No, you want to wait for it to go outside of the range and trade.
Right? You want to wait for
Well,
power of 3,
it's the
right?
high time for PD array. You want to change that reversal.
Yes. So you want to trade this and you want to trade this. You want to trade the move from outside the range to back to delivery to whatever's resting above here, whatever PD array is resting above here. That's all the profile is. It's just a mechanical way to think of that. Do you understand? It just gives you some rules. So here are some rules, some cases, and then here are the rules about it. Make sense?
yeah.
Okay, so now you guys can start looking at consolidation with a bit more clarity as to what is happening, and then you can start aligning it, right, to the economic calendar. So what you want to do is you want to study the Tuesday and Wednesday range specifically, right? Because if Tuesday doesn't engage a higher time frame PD array, what profile are you going to rule out, Yusuf?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
If Tuesday does not engage a higher time frame PD array, what profile are you going to rule out?
if it doesn't, the classic
Okay.
expansion. If it doesn't manipulate to the
If Wednesday does not, right, engage a higher time frame PD rate and consolidates within the range of Tuesday's candle, right? What do you expect now? What profile is in the top of your head?
if it doesn't within the
If it-
consolidation
yeah.
reversal, then
Yep, there you go. So now you have a criteria for Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Monday, Tuesday, what are you thinking always when you start the week?
Monday, Tuesday. I mean,
What's the only profile that you can rule in on Monday and Tuesday?
on Monday, Tuesday, classic expansion.
Nothing else can be ruled out, right? Or ruled in,
Yeah.
right? So once Monday and Tuesday pass and you don't get the conditions, you've taken that and you've removed it from your brain, right? That's not happening. So now what are you looking for Tuesday, Wednesday? You're looking to see if price consolidates or price expands, correct?
Yeah.
If price consolidates, what are you now considering the likely weekly profile?
The CR.
Yep, consolidation reversal. If price expands on Wednesday, what is that called?
Expands on Wednesday.
Yep.
I guess that if it expands on Wednesday, midweek
Yep.
reversal, then.
And if price expands on Tuesday, it's our class expansion week. Now
Classic.
you now understand a framework for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's only one profile left, which is the bearish Fridays, which I'll teach you next week. So, any questions about how the consolidation profile works in relation to the weekly candle and the days of the week? Or is that pretty clear? Monday, you're expecting, right? Consolidation. If you get expansion on Monday, are you trading that week ideally?
No.
Tuesday, if we consolidate, what's in the game plan? What profile is in your mind?
Consolidation reversal.
Or midweek reversal, right? One of the two.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once Tuesday and Monday are done, and we have the last day, which is now Thursday, what are we looking for to confirm it on Thursday?
Looking to manipulate the external range.
And then what's that nice thing we want to see on the 4 hour or the 1 hour?
We are taking engineered liquidity.
And then when we close above this high, what's it called?
Structure shift and change in state of delivery also.
Boom. So same protocol as the class expansion week, guys. The Thursday, you get the meaningful manipulation down here. SysD, MSS. Next 2 days, you're trading in alignment with the draw. If the draw has been met by a crazy wick candle like FOMC on Wednesday, are you going to trade this reversal profile? You know what a great example would be, guys? Would be this week. Do you remember what happened? Let's go down to the 1 hour. What happened on earnings? Or so let's say this is a high impact event. Look at this Wednesday candle. What did we see happen? What was the weekly draw on liquidity before Wednesday? If we had a reversal down here at this daily IRL level.
Previous high.
So if Wednesday takes out that high and closes back in the range, what profile has been invalidated?
Both the consolidation
Yes,
reversal
exactly.
and the class.
Everything has been invalidated. Do you see what the rest of the week did?
Yep.
Yeah,
Guys, do you realize I didn't take a trade on Thursday? I didn't even come and show up on Discord on Thursday and Friday. Do you know why? Because I saw this on Wednesday. Right? The weekly draw was met on Wednesday. What do we expect after the weekly draw is met in all cases?
Retracement or just consolidation?
Or reversal. Did we get a reversal?
No.
Because first of all, it's a bank holiday, so of course you weren't trading on Thursday. But did we get a meaningful SysD on the 1 hour? Do we get a market structure shift on the 1 hour actually? At all?
No.
No. Look at
not really. No.
Like, yes, we get a market structure shift right here, right?
Yeah.
On a bank holiday. Are you going to trade it? No, of course not. So do we get a market structure shift until, what time is this? Let's see. Friday at 2 a.m. or Friday at 1 a.m. we get our market structure shift. So you could have traded today, right? But it was a short day, correct? So would you trade Friday? No, right? Because it was a short day.
No.
But do you see how the majority of the move actually comes once we take out this low? Today we actually got a real move. So you could see that because we didn't reverse and this Wednesday news manipulated the draw on liquidity. Manipulated, right? We didn't take it, we just wicked it for like 4 seconds, right? The week's a wash. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So that's a good example of when you can also rule out profiles. Okay. So that's kind of, it's kind of everything I want to talk about in this. There's maybe one more thing I want to talk about, which is how can you trade, right, with the anticipation of a CR profile within the week? How should you be trading? If you want to trade the consolidation, what are you going to be targeting?
Low-hanging fruit.
Yes. So now I'm going to teach you a quick lesson on how to trade consolidations. This is going to be really important for you to take notes on. I prefer. Do you think I like to trade consolidations? Yes or no?
No.
No. But if I do, how do you think I'm going to trade them? It's using one ICT concept, the simplest one. The first concept he teaches in core content. What do you think is the best way to trade a consolidation?
Premium discount.
I mean,
Fan-
just
yeah.
look for liquidity to be taken. Just target the low-hanging fruit after that.
Yep, I like that. Michael, you just said premium discount, right?
Yeah.
There you go. You're now going to learn exactly how a fees approaches consolidations. So I'm expecting a consolidation, right? So if I'm expecting a consolidation, this is what my mind goes to immediately. Premium and discount. This is how you trade a consolidation. What you want to do is, if you feel inclined to take a lower time frame market maker model, right? So for example, what do you think this bounce in the consolidation is to generate this next leg up in the consolidation before another retracement? What do you think happens at this low, for example, right here, and then at this high?
Smart money reversal.
Yeah, on a lower time frame, right?
Yeah.
So this will never be our daily model, notably because of what is not happening in this consolidation. What are we not tagging?
Higher time frame PDR.
But say, for example, we tap a 1 hour fair value gap or a 4 hour gap, right? And you want to trade this next leg down in the consolidation. How are you going to target it? Where do you think you're going to put your target? At this low?
I mean, probably like a swing low before that, actually.
You want to look for something near equilibrium, okay? Because you don't know if it's going to come all the way back down here. And because you recognize you're in a consolidation, you want to be trading the lowest hanging fruit, which is pricing from premium to discount, discount to premium. So what I want you to do when you're trading a consolidation is focus on this line right here. This line right here is going to be your source of truth, because this line is going to be your equilibrium line. When you're taking targets, you should be focused on a lower time frame PD array near equilibrium. There. Anytime you're trading back into the range, you do not want to target external range highs. Okay?
Yep.
Do I recommend you trade this?
No.
No. Why would you want to risk having no clear draw, right? What do I say about no raid, no trade? Do you see how we're not raiding anything? This is all internal dynamics. And you'll see that. Let's go to this week. So everyone understand that concept right there. It's a really simple one. Very important though. If you recognize you're in a consolidation, let's go right here. This looks like in hindsight a clear consolidation, right?
Yes.
Again,
Yeah.
quick question. What type of week is this? Michael, what type of week is this? I'm going to mark out Monday and Friday for you. Monday, Friday.
Consolidation reversal.
Yeah, midweek reversal, right? On Wednesday?
Yeah.
The draw is this fair value gap, right? Is this a good TGIF candidate this week?
Mm.
Yep.
Absolutely, right? Monday consolidates. Tuesday consolidates this low, or raids, I guess you could say this low, but still broader consolidation when you look at how Wednesday and Thursday react. Wednesday is a low of the day or low of the week. Let's see how this candle closes. Low, high. Yeah, it's pretty damn close to that 30%. It's a good target for Friday. Really good target for Friday. Is this 20 to 30% level. Okay. So that's targeting, trading in a range. That's opening high, low, close. And that's consolidation reversal. Any questions about anything we talked about? All these profiles build off the classic expansion. You'll notice there's just slight changes to them.
Can you please show the rules so I'll take a screenshot?
Yep.
I'll take notes afterwards.
Yeah, it'll also be on YouTube, so you can go back and just look at all these things. So that's the null profile. This is what we expect the consolidation to look for. We want that H4 PD array and the engineered external range. And. Not or, and. Okay? If you don't see the H4 PD array, you going to trade it, Yusuf?
No.
If you don't see the external range purged, are you going to trade it?
No.
And. Okay? When you write down your notes, write down and. Okay? Not or. Because how many times do you think I've accidentally just traded the purge without the higher time frame PD array being taken?
Yeah.
A lot. And then what happens on Thursday and Friday after that happens? We continue to consolidate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Don't be me. Don't make that mistake. And. Write down and, not or. If you don't see the 4-hour PD or daily or 4-hour, whatever you want to use, just don't trade it because you expect to come back into the range. There is no IRL to ERL or ERL to IRL. It's just internal ranges. Okay, let's try and find some examples. That's the best thing we can do.
One question: why are we using 4-hour PD arrays?
Something.
Our model is one day.
So something greater than a 4-hour PD array because often you'll find that a 4-hour PD array and a daily PD array have similar dynamics, meaning they both exist, but a 4-hour is a more refined part of that daily PD array.
Alright.
So for example, let's find a daily PD array. This fair value gap, right? You see that?
Yes.
On the 4-hour, you're gonna see that it's not just that fair value gap, which exists on the 4-hour here, but it's also this swing high. Do you see that swing high?
Yes.
This is really what the target is. Make sense? Yeah, sure, the daily PD array, yes. And it's also a swing high on the daily. But oftentimes you'll find that, so say you see this fair value gap right here on the daily, you can refine that fair value gap and say what is really being targeted in here, right? And now you can see maybe we're looking for this order block or a part of this wick, right? Because this wick is a gap, right?
Yes.
So maybe let's look at the halfway point of this wick. Well, that's not a coincidence, is it?
Of course not.
Right? So you can refine on the 4-hour. Make sense? But I don't teach you guys that yet, right? What I've taught you is, well, what time frame are you looking at?
Daily 1 hour,
Yeah,
5 minutes.
and you'll, with time and with experience, you'll be looking at daily PD rates. Like me, I go down from the daily to the 4-hour to the 15 to the 5 to the 30-second chart. It's all fractal. But here, for example, what's the target in this daily PD array, right? Well, you can start to investigate what the market is truly spooling for. Yes, it's not that just that daily PD array. It's actually this 4-hour fair value gap. You see that?
Yes.
It's not this one. It's this lower one. Why? What exists in this fair value gap? Well, there's this breaker right here. Do you see this rejection block? These 3 wicks. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this rejection block is being used as support now. Inside what? 4-hour fair value gap, right? That's the target to be repriced to. On the daily, it's harder to see that, isn't it? Right? I mean, you can look at this wick CE, which is fantastic, because that wick CE is exactly what we're repricing to. Or a part of this wick. Maybe not the CE, the wick here. or maybe something like this wick. We're repricing some of this wick, maybe the 25 percentile. But on the 4 hour, you're going to see exactly what that draw is. Likewise here, right? See this gap right here? On the 4 hour, what are we repricing, Nigu? Do you see this tiny little 4 hour gap? Right here?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
part of this
but-
gap wasn't mitigated before? Well, you can say that we didn't mitigate the bottom of this gap. So what's price going to do? Come down and mitigate all of it and tap into what is this right here? What's that?
Order block.
There you go. Because what's this level right here? Remember we look for 4 hour what? SysD, right? That's
Yes.
the SysD. It's the retest of the order block that causes the what? Changes to delivery, right?
Yes.
There you go. Likely candidate to be tapped. Very likely. This is a propulsion block here because you have this down close candle, this break of structure. I guess this wick isn't a break of structure, but then you have this secondary down close candle. The most reaction is going to come off of this candle, right? There you go.
And it's also very low risk entry of.
Yes,
market
on the
maker
4 hour,
environment.
right? Yes.
Yes.
Yep. So that's why I say 4 hour. Greater than 4 hour. Are you going to be looking at the 4 hour? Maybe not. Do you need to? Absolutely not, right? Can you look at just the daily?
Yeah, of course.
Because what is going to save you? I always say this.
Structure.
Structure. Structure will save you. I've taught you that structure will save you because did you get a reversal off of this ERL until Friday?
No.
No. Do you get a SysD? No.
No.
A SysD would be below this candle here, right? The last set of up close candles. So what are we in right now? Just a really big range, right? And now we're creating what? Internal ranges. Do you see how we're creating smaller ranges?
Yep.
And now we have this gap. What do you think is going to happen in this gap? We're going to come and create another range, right? That's why this candle here gives you everything you need to know about is the week going to be high probability now? No. Draw is taken here, right? This shit's just consolidation. Just a form of bearish consolidation. Or bullish consolidation, rather. Okay, let's find some examples, then cap off the lesson. Let me look for some consolidating weeks. I wish the day of the week indicator worked on the daily chart, but I guess it's too small. So let me look for Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so what kind of week is this? Here's Monday. I'll just keep my mouse on Monday. What kind of week is this?
Consolidation reversal.
Nope.
Midweek reversal.
Nope. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll put a line underneath. I think it's harder for you to see because you can't see where I'm starting. Right here. Oops.
Oh, actually, it's classic expansion.
Yep, classic expansion. Everyone see classic expansion here?
Yes.
Yep.
Is this a good TGIF candidate?
Should be.
Yeah. What's the draw on liquidity, guys? Does I immediately go to this high?
Yeah.
ERL, right? Because that's the last swing. This is an up close candle. It doesn't. My chart doesn't show it well. But that's an up close candle. So that's a pivot, swing high. Remember paintbrush technique? Down, up, then down, then up, then down, then where up, and this is ERL. Okay, let's see if we close back into the range. Tuesday low, Friday high. Okay, good target. Good target for this day to place something into this TGIF range. Let's see what it looks like on the hourly. There you go. Come into here. Do you see how there was a piece of homework on this, by the way. Where is Friday? 10 a.m. This isn't a great week for TGIF, for example, but there's other weeks where both the high and the low of the TGIF range are really sensitive. I don't know if you guys did that homework. It's in the Discord. Anyone done that homework yet?
Not me.
Okay.
Which one is it?
The TGIF sensitivity homework. Check it out. Check it out if you're interested in how I use TGIF. I also have a video about how sensitive the 20 and 30% range is, but c'est la vie. We'll go on. Okay, Monday here. Now this week is just okay. This is a great example of what actually. Now, you know what? This is a really good case study. Monday, Friday. What kind of week does this week look like to you guys in here? Instead of doing these lines, I'll just do what I was doing before. I'll do this line. What kind of week does this look like to you? Anything you're familiar with that you've learned?
Consolidation week?
Yeah, right? Does this look familiar to anything you've seen? Not really, right?
Not
But-
really. I mean, I
but
think it's just consolidation. We just close within
Yeah.
the range that we
Where's the
created.
draw?
Yeah, we met the draw
On what day?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And what did I say will happen if we get... So let's go down time frame.
It's the same shit that just happened right now.
Yeah. And what do you think caused that? Look what time it's at. Some fucking FOMC bullshit at 2 p.m., right?
Yeah,
What happens for the rest of the week?
we just fuck off.
We just fuck off because there's no weekly profile anymore, right? Draw's been met.
Yeah.
So what's likely to happen?
Consolidation.
Or reversal? Do we get a sys-D? We get a market structure here, shift here. Is that a real market structure shift? Look what happens. We come directly back up and close through this fair value gap, right? How many people do you think lost money trading this? Reversal lower.
Probably a lot.
A lot of us, right? But we knew the weekly draw wasn't lower. Where's the weekly draw? This fucking line here, right? So once the weekly draw is met, do you guys want to keep trading?
No.
That is worth writing down. Once the weekly draw is met, do a Fees and a Fees' crew want to keep trading? No. Isn't this just ass? Let's be real. Look at these wicks for like 5 hours. Imagine trading that on Friday. Do you want to trade this? Yes or no?
No.
When do we expand? We expand more on the Sunday, honestly, than we do the Friday or the Friday PM session where we're all just enjoying our fucking weekends by then. So that's another example just like this week, right, Yusuf? Same exact case of Wednesday taking out the draw on FOMC and then Thursday and Friday doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Why was that high draw liquidity?
It's this external range equal highs, right? ERL?
Yeah, but why?
Because
I
we're
mean,
coming.
we were bearish.
Are we bearish anymore after coming down? So we've taken out this ERL here, right? Or IRL. Come back down. What do you think rests below here on a higher time frame? What about this?
Yeah.
Wait, what
And we
about
close above, so we're switching
and
to
a
bullish.
weekly PD array, right? Right here. So great question. Why don't we reverse from here, right? If you're trading IRL to ERL, what do I always say happens? You trade IRL to ERL during continuation of a market maker model, right? Eventually, you go ERL to ERL. When does that happen?
Permanent version.
At a higher time frame PD array than our model, right? Like a weekly or monthly chart. So look what happens on the weekly. Do we get a daily market structure shift?
Yes.
So now, what are we doing? We're going IRL to ERL to what? IRL. What do you think happens here? Do you think there's an SMT divergence potentially? Maybe. Higher. Then we're coming back into what is this right here, Niku?
IRL.
And then where are we targeting? ERL.
Yeah.
Do you see how we get a sentiment change? So there's different words, right? So some words people use are bias, narrative, and sentiment. Do you know the difference between the three?
No.
So bias is where is price likely to go today, all right? That's a good word for bias. Narrative is what is the higher time frame chart telling us about the delivery of price. So do you think a weekly profile is bias or narrative?
Narrative.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. So weekly profile is going to be narrative. And then ERL to IRL is what? Bias or narrative?
Depends on what time frame we're looking for.
Yeah. So
For the daily, it's bias.
bias, right? So bias is bias is just this. Which direction are we moving? Okay, is that easy enough?
Yeah.
Narrative is how are we moving? Okay. Weekly profile, time and price, market maker models. Those are all narrative, right? Because price doesn't randomly go ERL to IRL, does it? We've learned that, right? It's very specific in how it delivers, right? So that specificity is the narrative, okay? And the bias is just, are we going lower or higher? What do you think sentiment is?
If we're going with displacement or not.
Yeah, sentiment is where is the chart likely to go. So the difference between the chart and kind of the narrative is the chart is the highest time frames. Like my sentiments on the weekly and monthly chart. Does that make sense? Did I explain that well, or does that sound like gibberish?
Yeah. No, makes sense.
Yusuf, Michael, that makes sense?
Yeah.
Sentiment is that higher time frame, like where on earth is price going on a longer time frame. Make sense? Narrative is how is price going to get there, and bias is our daily bias. Where are we going, higher or lower? So here we get a sentiment change, right? Because we have a weekly fair value gap and a daily market structure shift. Now the narrative is now this buy model on this time frame. Do you see this high? That's the sentiment now. Market's going to draw towards this long-term high. What else is this in a... What was the lesson we did a couple weeks ago?
Inducement?
Yeah, and lookbacks, right?
Oh no, I was looking at the wrong things.
This is a look back, right?
Yeah.
So we can use that look back as what? Narrative bias or sentiment?
Narrative?
I would say sentiment, right? Because it's the longer term kind of dynamics. Do you agree with that statement? So if we define bias as, is price going lower or higher? And we define narrative as how price is going lower or higher. And we define sentiment. If we define sentiment as what is the chart? Right? Or what is the highest time frame telling us? Do these definitions make sense, Niku?
Yeah.
So
basically, it's just like a long-term perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Long term, short term, and then the narrative is very short term, right? Like narrative is like, what is price doing? What are these candles doing, right?
Yeah.
1 second, I'm just gonna respond to my mom. She's calling me. Okay, so let's find a few more weeks of examples, and then we're good. Anyone have a question about that narrative bias sentiment? Yusuf, Michael, make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use stuff like IPDA, right? For sentiment. What are we gonna use for narrative?
Market structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, market structure.
MSS, SysD, MMXM, and what are we gonna use for bias?
Arrow to arrow.
Make sense? That's kind of how. You guys notice me talk about like different. When I say these words, right, on a daily basis, I'm referring to different things. I'm like, okay, what's our sentiment? That's what I'm referring to, like our lookbacks, right? That's our really high time frame stuff. Then our narrative is like, well, we haven't gotten that. Remember, you'll see like we don't have a narrative that supports this buy model because we don't have a market structure shift, right? So maybe price has hit ERL, but just because it hits ERL doesn't mean we're immediately gonna go to IRL.
No.
No. So what are we waiting for? Narrative. We're waiting for price to literally show us a mechanism for higher prices, right? And then bias is like, are we going to play longs or shorts? And we always know which one we're playing for the most part, right?
Yep.
There you go. These three terms will keep you alive in the game because they're different. The IPDA is not telling you your bias. No. The IPDA look back is helping you frame your bias and your narrative. It's your sentiment for the market. And what else can we look at for sentiment besides IPDA? I can think of one really clear thing. What do we use in addition to looking at the indices?
SMT.
Sure, yeah, that's fantastic sentiment. Yeah, that also can be narrative, right? Maybe like higher time frame though, right? What else? What's one thing that we used to look at a lot that it's on one of my trading view tabs. You can see it if you look.
Oh, Dixie.
Yeah, dollar, right? Correlated assets. What else? Have you heard me talk about the COT before?
Yep.
Commitment of traders, the COT. What about seasonal tendency? What about divergences? That's SMT, right? So we can call it divergences. right? What about fundamentals? Rates, right? Yields, bonds, right? You notice how these things that form sentiment are really unrelated to the chart we're looking at. Sometimes you get divergences, but a lot of this stuff is unrelated to the chart, right? So this is going to be our longer time frame sentiment. And then for narrative, I've taught you guys all the tools you need. And then for bias, I have a very simple way of teaching ERL to IRL. That's all you got to consider, ERL to IRL. Cool. Let's find a couple more weeks and then we're good to go. I'm just looking for consolidations. Oh, this week doesn't have a Monday either. This week's classic expansion. This is nice. Yeah, this is kind of nice. Do you see this week right here?
Yep.
The draw on liquidity is going to be this fair value gap, right? Because we're moving from last week on the Monday, we sweep out this ERL, right? ERL goes to what? And does Tuesday expand towards or away from it?
Away.
Away, but it's mostly a consolidation, right? It's a doji, right? So it's a bearish candle, but you can see there's wicks on either side, and especially Wednesday, you see there's wicks on either side, and it's a doji. So when you see this lack of expansion towards the draw, when Thursday puts in, remember, okay, look at this candle, and then look at this candle. Do you see the similarities? This generic candle, right? What does this candle look like? Pretty identical?
Yep.
Thursday manipulates what is this low now? External range low. What's the higher time frame PD array? Do you notice how we're chopping above the PD array that we're looking for on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
What do I teach that as? One word.
Induce.
Do you see how we're inducing it?
Induce.
Let me grab my charger, guys. I'll be like 3 seconds. It's right here. So now you're not only combining inducement. 1 second, I'm just grabbing the block.